If you're looking to do screen capture for free, there's probably no better tool than ScreenPal. And in this video, I'm going to take you through ScreenPal and show you some of the advanced features. If you don't know ScreenPal at all, my recommendation is to first watch the video that's on the screen now. That's a complete introduction to using ScreenPal. Whereas this video goes into a little bit more detail about some of the additional tools that you can use, including the image capture, drawing on the screen, using the webcam, etc. Really hope you like this video. I can't believe how much they give away for free. And as always, if you do like the video, please like it, please share it with other teachers and other students. Please comment on it. And of course, join me on my YouTube channel. Let's get started. You can use the menu system to jump around to different parts of the video. You definitely want to create an account in ScreenPal. It's completely free because most of the advanced features that I'm going to show you really are connected to the fact that if you create an account, you've got a place to save your videos and you can do various things with those videos. If I click here on my content, then you'll see, for example, that I've got all my videos here. I can even organize them into folders. I can share them, I can play them, I can embed them. I'll be showing you all these things in this video. Let's start by quickly making a ScreenPal screen recording. But what I'm also going to do is show you a couple of the advanced features that you can use when you make a recording. So what I need to do now then is just to click on this button here, and that will launch the recorder. You can see it launches the recorder onto the screen. Sometimes you need to click on the button here just to say open, but because I've already done a few tests today, it's already open. Then I need to obviously jump over to the page that I want to open. So in this case, it's going to be this presentation here. I'm going to click on slideshow to go full screen. And then of course what I'll need to do is to make this full screen as well, to get ready to do the recording. And then I've got a few options here, and I just want to point out a couple of these to you. One of the things that I can do is that I can actually include myself in a webcam on the screen. So if I click here, then it does actually turn on the webcam and allows me to record. Now of course I need to connect to the correct camera, so I click, make sure that I'm on the correct camera. There I am on the screen, you can now see me. I click on OK, and now when I do this recording, it's going to include both myself as well as the screen capture. Now I click on this button here, make sure of course that you've got your microphone connected. Just click here and make sure you're connected to the correct microphone that you want to use. Okay, just do that, and then you click on the record button and off you go. Now when the recording starts, a couple of things. Notice you've got this toolbar here at the top, and you can actually click on this and use this while you're presenting to highlight various things on the screen. So you do have that choice. Notice you can also undo things as well if you want to do that. Notice that you do have options, for example, to use like a highlight tool. So as well as a kind of drawing tool, there's also a highlight tool, and there's even the option of clicking and adding some text on the screen as well. That's not something I've ever done when doing a screen capture recording, but it is possible. Once you finish with the drawing tool, just click here to exit, and when you want to pause, you just click here. Now you can obviously click record again and continue. If you are finished, click on done. Now there are a few options here, but I always like to do save and upload, because this allows you then various options in terms of the way that you want to share the video, but also it allows you to quickly check that the video recorded correctly. So we're going to click on save and upload, and there it is, the video immediately available to me, and I can actually click and play and just check that that video is working. Recording starts. Couple of things. Notice you've got this toolbar here. Notice also that I'm on the webcam on the right hand side there, so really useful in terms of being able to use the webcam as well as do the recording. And now I've got all of these options in terms of the way that I might want to save the video. Now this one here would just save the video onto your computer, so you could click here if you wanted to and then just choose where you wanted to save that video. Now if you didn't want to use that option, of course you do have other options in terms of the way that you can save the video as well. Just a super quick break from the video. If you do like what you see, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free videos. I specialize in using technology in teaching, and particularly in language teaching. You can also find out about my courses. I do run a complete training in educational video creation course if you want to learn about screen capture in much more detail. And the other thing is, if you sign up to the newsletter, you get updated with all the blog posts, the webinars that I do, which are often free, the online courses, and of course the latest videos. But there's also a 14-part video course in using technology in teaching and learning. There are no tricks. I send you a video every 4 or 5 days on just one topic, and that can be quite useful. Right, let's get back to the video. So if you want to save the video in another way, click this button and come back again. Let's look at some of these options. The one I want to focus on at the moment is upload to ScreenPal, because this actually uploads the video into your account. And we've got a few options here. We're going to just click and give this a quick title. We're going to call this drawing example. Okay, click on publish, and that will be now saved up onto the account that you've produced, and your video will be there. Now once that video is uploaded, notice you've got various options. One here is copy the link. So you could actually copy the link to that video and then share that immediately with your students. You could also open the upload. So if you click here, it's actually going to open up the video which has already been uploaded onto your account. I'm not going to do either of those. I'm actually going to click on this done button, and the reason is what I want to do is I want to escape from the screen capture here. So we've got this screen capture that we were just doing, talking over this slide. I'm going to come back to my account. I'm going to refresh my account, and you'll see now that that video will appear in the left hand corner. There it is, the one that I've just made. Now there are lots of things now that we can do with this video. So the first thing we can do is obviously play the video. So if we click here, we can actually preview the video and just see that it's all working okay. Recording starts. A couple of things. Notice you've got this toolbar here at the top, and you can actually click on this and use this while you're presenting. So you can see that the drawing tool's working absolutely perfect, and that we have that option to actually preview the video. Now there's lots of other options as well. Obviously we can copy the link. So if we want to share that video with our students, we can copy that link. And if I actually clicked up here and just pasted that link in, you'll see again that I would be able to access the video through the link. So that's another really useful option. Another thing that we can do is that we can click here and we can go to the embed code. So we can click on share, scroll down to this embed code. Notice you've got a few settings here, but you can click on copy code, and now you could embed that into anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to embed it into Google Sites. So to give you an example of what I mean, I'm going to double click on the screen here, and I'm going to click on the embed option, click on embed code, and I can just paste in that code from that video, click on next, and that immediately embeds, by clicking on the insert, straight into my Google Sites. And what I can do as well is I can pull that out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. Now if I wanted to see if that video actually works, I can click on the preview button, and you'll see that that video is immediately ready to play back. Starts. Couple of things. Notice you've got this toolbar here at the top, and you can actually click on this. Okay, so really good. Of course, again, we've got the webcam on the screen as well. So useful, and to think that this is completely free. If you are looking for a more sophisticated tool than ScreenPal, then I would suggest Camtasia. I actually make my videos, these videos for example, using Camtasia. And I do have a completely free course in using Camtasia which is on YouTube, and I'll put the link on the screen now to that just in case you want to access that course. Now, as I've said, once you've got an account set up, there are actually quite a few options that can be useful. One thing is that you can do now is to organize your content into folders. So if I clicked here and I, for example, clicked on presentation, and so I wanted to save all my kind of slides or my folders that are, or content that is connected to presentations, I can do that. Now, what I could do now is I can actually drag these folders. In fact, if I remember rightly, I do have the option just to move them this way. Just click on move and say, well, I want that one to go into presentations, save. So I can organize my content in different ways, and I might click on this one, say move this one, and say, yeah, I want to put this into presentations as well. So I am able to kind of move the content around and place it into specific folders. And now if I click on presentations, of course, I've got those two videos saved there. So folders can be a really useful way of organizing your content. Now, another thing that you might have noticed if you looked over to the left here, is that you've got something called images, and you actually have an image capture tool. Now, it's slightly tricky to use, and I'm going to explain. Click on the tool. So I'm going to click here to get it open. Now open whatever it is that you want to image capture. So I'm just going to click onto another tab, and what I'm going to do is go over to my Google Drive and just grab an image. In fact, to make this easier, let me just simply do this. I'm going to go over to my website, teachertrainingvideos.com, and I'm going to image capture these adverts in the middle. So what I would now do is click on ready, and then I would simply hold my mouse down, so you can see it's kind of highlighting the area that it's going to screen capture, or image capture in this case, and then let go, and immediately it captures that image. Now you've got a few options here. One of them is open the image in the editor. Another is open the image folder, in other words, save that image into the image folder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the editor. So I click here and notice it opens up an editor, and I have actually got now the option of doing a little bit more work with this image. The first thing that I can do, for example, is I could click here and add an arrow. For example, if I wanted to point at something, it would be possible for me to do that. Okay, so I'm going to click on done. And I could add some text, for example. So if I come to here, again, just write my text. So I'm going to write Russell. I'm just demonstrating this. Obviously, what I'm doing isn't a very good example, but at least it shows you how it can be done. Click off once you finish the text. You've now got shape and some text as well. Now, again, coming down here, you've got some options. Copy image to clipboard. That could be really useful if you want to paste the image in somewhere. This one here would export the image onto your computer. This one here will upload the image and have a share link. Now this then uploads the image into your account, into your actual account, and then you could share a link to that image. What I'm going to do though is this one, because it's very interesting. Copy the image to the clipboard. Now remember, we chose the option save or copy to clipboard. So now if I press Control V, or if I right click and paste, the image appears on the screen. So that option, if I just click back here, was because I chose this one here, copy image to the clipboard. But what I could also do with that image if I want to is upload it into my account, and I'm going to do that now because then we can go and look at it. I'll just give it a quick name, so I'm just going to call this ttv.com. I can choose the level. I can even make it password protected, which can be really useful, and I'm going to click on public, and then I'm going to publish that image. Now that image, in very much the same way as my videos, will now be in my ScreenPal account. Let's have a look. So if we click on ScreenPal here to go back to our ScreenPal account, and we click on my content, you'll see now if I go over to the images and I might need to refresh the page. There it is. In fact, I don't even need to refresh the page. You can see there the image has been saved. Now, one last thing I haven't pointed out to you, I just want to talk a little bit about when you upload videos into ScreenPal, the settings in terms of privacy. Now, there's actually still quite a lot of things to look at. One of the things that is going to be very useful to is if you click over or roll over a video and then click on details, you'll see that you've got lots of options here, including obviously changing the title, giving it a description, choosing here whether or not to reveal the date that the video is published, and you have some options here. You have some security options, including public. That means that obviously it's accessible to anyone who finds the video, who has the address. Unlisted would be only for people who would specifically shared that link. Public would be good if you're planning, for example, on setting up a ScreenPal channel with resources for people to access. And then of course you've even got password protected, which I'm surprised to see looks like it's actually available in the free tool. So those are your options there as well. So there's still a lot of it's quite amazing what you're actually getting as a free tool. So you've got video details, you've got also sharing options, etc. So it's well worth looking at that button or clicking on that button to look at your options in terms of how you might want to work with it. If I click on save here, just to save my new options, then you'll also see that in that same tab you've also got these other buttons here as well, okay, which is notes and share video and interactive tools, which you need to upgrade for, and the video information. So it's very useful to be able to access that button and just go back to that button. So if I just click back again, what you need to do on any video, you need to roll over and click on details, and it's here in the details button that you get these options to make all the changes to the video itself. Okay, really hope you like that video. Please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Lots more free content. You can see it all on the front page, and you can see the menu system here along the top as well. You can of course find out about my complete training in educational video creation. And if you want to, you can sign up to the newsletter and get that 14-part free video course. I send you a video about every 3 or 4 days on a different topic around technology and education. And of course, the newsletter also includes the blogs and the webinars and the online courses and all the latest videos. You can also contact me from this webpage if you wanted to contact me about doing some training with your organization or even with you as an individual. And thank you very much. I'm going to leave some more videos on the screen now about screen capture.